When it comes to power tools that are in the main tool cabinet here, down along the bottom, just want to point out a few things. This handheld grinder, alright, when you're going to use that, before you even think of using it, you're going to take a look at it. And right now, I'm looking at this grinding wheel on here, and I'm telling you right now, this should not be used. So I'm going to replace this. I see a crack right here. That's extremely dangerous. If you were using this and that suddenly broke right through, that piece would come off at, you know, whatever speed this operates at. What is it, 20,000 RPM? That's just like, someone could get seriously injured from that. So, before you use a grinding wheel, before you use the electric grinder, grab it, look for any cracks. If you see anything that looks improper, a chunk missing out of the end, a crack, you're going to bring it to me so I can replace that grinding wheel. Okay? Also, a flaw that I feel is built into these things, right there. I just moved the button up. This is actually locked in the on position. So if someone came over here right now and plugged that in, that would start up. And if you happen to be touching it in any way, shape, or form, when that's plugged in, say you had an extension cord on here, alright, comes over, and you had it unplugged because you're working here, but someone said, hey, what's this extension cord for? And they plugged that in, and you happen to be the one right here working to take this off, that would suddenly start up. So make sure this is not in that upwards position. There. That is now off. On. Off. So make sure it's off. Undo any extension cord you have. So this is all you got. I don't want to see an extension cord plugged into this. Even if it's unplugged here, I want to see nothing plugged into this when you're working away at this to undo this. Okay? Of course, make sure you got the shield on over top of your eyes, or over top of your glasses. So you're going to have your glasses on and then that, if you're going to use this. Okay? And let me check the tension on this. If you change, I'm going to change the wheel, so you just bring it to me. Alright? So that's the electric hand grinder, and it just goes in here. Also that's in here, of course, is the electric drill. This is a keyless chuck, so you don't need a key to unlock it. But if you're going to put a different size drill bit in here, you must make sure it is unplugged. Okay? I do not want to see this plugged in and you fiddling around here with the end. Alright? This reciprocating saw here, you won't really need that. We use that to cut exhaust systems off using blades made for steel. Heat gun, if you have to use this, there's a lot of heat that comes out of this thing. Like, it would burn skin. Alright, so when you're operating it, please make sure it's not up against something that's going to get damaged. So, there we go. And when you put this away, see, someone didn't do this right. Let's do this right here. Alright. There, so it's wrapped up like that. Oh, geez, you couldn't see that. I had the camera down. Alright, so there we go. Make sure it's not going to fall out of here either, okay? It's in such a position that everything's secure. It's not going to fall out. There's our earmuffs and our hacksaw blade. I already explained how to put that on. There's some little, oh my goodness, wire brushes and a wire wheel to put in the electric drill to clean something. I already went over the impact gun. Once again, remember, don't put a socket on there and hit the trigger unless you're actually on a fastener. Okay. We also have a little air ratchet in here. It's not that good. I would really just suggest using a handheld ratchet. It'll probably get done quicker. Then under here we have two tools. Our little cut-off saw. Once again, little blade on here. If you see any problems with it, don't use it. You bring it to me. I replace it. Okay. And look at this. Look. Look how someone put this away. Jeez. Alright, there's something I gotta fix. Alright. So we use this for cutting off exhaust systems, things like that. This spins at an extremely high RPM. You do not want to have your fingers anywhere close to these edges when that's turning. And you have to have the face shield on when you use that little cutoff saw. Lastly, this is an air-operated air hammer. So we put different bits in it. There they are right there. And it allows us to do everything. There's chisel bits, there's pin punch bits, there's all sorts of different bits that go in there. So it's a very handy tool for, you know, doing a variety of different things. And under here, it's hidden, but just so you know what's under here, there's our little air hose little gun for moving air. Do not point this at yourself. Do not put it up against your skin. Alright? The air pressure in this is over 100 pounds per square inch that comes out of that. So I don't want you using it in that way, shape, or form. Okay? It's strictly not, it is not to clean off clothes. It is strictly to dry metal parts with if we need to. Okay? And there's also under here for measuring air pressure in a tire and adjusting it. Very handy tool. It's just kind of hidden behind all these safety rules here. So I just want to point it out to you. That's where it is. What else? Be aware that this cutoff tool, the electric hand grinder that's under there, and this grinding tool, they will make sparks. So do not use them if there's gasoline being poured, like the smell of gasoline fumes, okay? So be aware of that. And I better point out here, I just realized, this yellow line here, alright, and there's one over there on the ground. You can kind of see it, but it goes along there. Oh heck, I'll just go over there and show you. Alright. The rule is, when you're working over here, it's beyond the yellow line, you have to have on your safety glasses. So anytime you leave the seating area to go back there, you have to, as soon as you go past here, I expect you to have your safety glasses on, okay? When you're in here, there's really nothing you have to worry about safety glass wise. But when you're back here, I don't care if you're not working, you're just here watching someone. You step by this line, I expect you to have your safety glasses on. Okay? Alright. And I do believe that's it. Oh, extension cords. 1 second. If you find an extension cord that's missing one of the 3 prongs, do not use it. You will bring it to me so I can fix it. Okay? If you find an extension cord that's got a cut in the insulation where moisture could get in, or it's cut through through the insulation right into the wires inside, do not use it. You will bring it to me so I can fix it. Alright? And there we go. Oh, there's a little stool there to stand on too. Just be careful when you stand on it. Okay, maybe that's it finally now. And of course, oh wait, don't forget, always put your tools in these buckets. Alright, not on the floor, not on the vehicle, not in your pocket. And just be careful walking around here. We've painted these so you can see the edges, but you know, I don't want anyone catching themselves on something, so be observant. Alright, stay focused. Be aware this is a working shop. You know, if you're not paying attention, you're going to end up getting hurt. Grease does get on the benches over time. So if you're wearing nice clothing, don't be leaning up against it, because you're going to end up getting grease on you. Usually every year someone has a nice shirt and they're just oblivious to the fact that it's a shop and they're wondering why they have grease on them. Well, it's going to happen, alright? Unless you pay attention. Don't lean on the benches. Don't sit on the benches. Okay? Clean your tools off. Don't wipe your hands on your clothes. Simple things. Alright? Common sense. There's my key, right? Just use some common sense when you're in here. Don't do things that you know I'm going to give you heck for. I don't want people in here who are malicious and abusive to the shop itself, to the equipment, to the vehicles, or to each other. I want us to have a lot of fun in here. but that means you got to follow the rules, and that means you got to be respectful of people. All right? So, let's have a good year.